Welcome to the Darshan channel. This place is where where we'll explore the fascinating world of philosophy, one topic at a time. My name is Tenzin, and today I'm going to take you into the journey of what philosophy is. So this video can be watched by anyone. अगर आप एक student है philosophy का, or if you're just curious about what philosophy is. So this video promises that it will give you an enlightening and an educational experience. So sit back, relax, and let's start with the journey of what philosophy is. So इस video में I'll start with defining what philosophy is. उसके बाद we'll try to see the history of philosophy. We'll see the branches of philosophy, benefits of philosophy. So starting with the term itself, philosophy. So जो आपका philosophy term है, that comes from the Greek word philos, which means love, and sophia, which means wisdom. So literal meaning अगर आप philosophy का देखते हो, that is the lover of wisdom. So you are in love with wisdom, right? So philosophy is an attempt to systematically study the most fundamental structure of our entire experience in order to arrive at beliefs that are conceptually clear, experientially confinement, and rationally coherent as possible. So जो आपका philosophy है उसमें systematic study होगा, proper study होगा we'll discuss the more fundamental questions like what is reality, what is God, or is there a God, or we can talk about what is knowledge. So बहुत से questions के बारे में हम लोग deal करेंगे. So philosophy is a personal attitude towards life and universe. So again जो आपका philosophy है, if अगर आप general sense में लेते हो, so it's again an attitude towards the life and the universe. It will also give you a broader perspective on seeing the world, or like जो आप experiences करते हो, so it will give you a broader perspective. It is also a method of reflective thinking and reasoned inquiry. So जितने भी आपके philosophical study होंगे वहाँ पे the important thing is reflective thinking and reasoned inquiry. So that is one thing. It is also an attempt to gain a view of the whole. So you are trying to understand the world, or you are trying to understand the universe, or you are trying to understand about your own life. Next is a logical analysis of language. So again in philosophy we also analyze the language. So अभी I'm using English या हिंदी अगर मैं यूज़ करती हूँ तो ये जो language है उसको analyze करते हैं हम लोग, and then we are trying to find the meaning of the words and concept. If मैंने let's suppose if I give you an example of the color blue, so again we know blue, and we know what chair is, or we know what dog is. So again words है, and then how it is related to a concept as such. And then philosophy, a group of problems as well as theories about the solution of problems. So again in philosophy we'll raise various problems, and at the same time we'll try to give problems ka solutions also. Now in the history of philosophy, the history of philosophy we will see कि उसका origin कहाँ है philosophy का, right? If you'll see, the history of philosophy aims to provide a systematic and chronological exploration of the exposition of the philosophical concepts and doctrine. So there are different tradition in philosophy. So it's not like कि अगर मैंने philosophy बोल दिया तो we are just talking or confined to Indian philosophy या Western philosophy या Chinese philosophy. So again philosophy में बहुत से traditions है, and some of the main tradition are Western philosophy, Indian philosophy, Arabic, Persian philosophy, Chinese philosophy, and then we have Japanese, Latin America, and African philosophy as well. So let's start with the first one, that is the Western philosophy. So Western philosophy का originate हुआ था in Greece, and it was 2500 years back, right? And some of the prominent thinkers are Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Philosophical development covered a wide range of topics: nature of the reality, nature of mind, how people should act, and how to arrive at knowledge. सो अगेन बहुत सी चीज़ हम लोग फ़िलासफ़ी में करते हैं, राइट. एंड देन इफ़ यूल सी आफ्टर दिस द मिडिवल पीरियड की, एट मिडिवल में द फोकस वॉज मोर ऑन थियोलॉजी. जो आपका फोकस था वो आपका शिफ्ट होकर थियोलॉजी की तरफ चला गया. अगेन देन उसके बाद रिनेसेंस जो पीरियड आया था, उसमें the philosophers were more interested in understanding the ancient Greek philosophy and the emergence of humanism. एंड देन उसके बाद जो आपका मॉडर्न पीरियड था, सो जैसे हम लोग हिस्ट्री में करते हैं मिडिवल हिस्ट्री, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री, एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री, राइट. सो अगेन यहाँ पे भी विल सी मिडिवल पीरियड में थियोलॉजी पे फोकस. एंड देन इफ विल सी द मॉडर्न पीरियड, सो मॉडर्न पीरियड वॉज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय एन इंक्रीज फोकस ऑन हाउ फिलोसॉफिकल एंड साइंटिफिक नॉलेज इज क्रिएटेड. Its new idea were used in enlightened period to challenge traditional authority. So again scientific development इस टाइम पे हुआ था. एंड जो आपका रिसेंट अभी 20th century है, वहाँ पे जर्मन आइडियलिज्म, प्रैग्मेटिज्म, पॉजिटिविज्म, फॉर्मल लॉजिक, लिंग्विस्टिक एनालिसिस जो अभी हमने बताया था, फिनोमिनोलॉजी, एग्जिस्टेंशलिज्म एंड पोस्ट मॉडर्निज्म इंक्रीज. So these are the terms, these are new terms, this might be new terms for you. So ये सब terms क्या है, I'll try to make more videos on it. Next आपका है Indian philosophy. Now again Indian, the term itself, we understand that it was originated in India. So Indian philosophy combines this spiritual problem of how to reach enlightenment. So India में, as we are part of India, so we know how important enlightenment, nirvana, वो सब चीज़ आपके लिए कितना important play करता है, with the exploration of the nature of reality and the ways of arriving at knowledge. So again the spiritual problem to reach enlightenment plays an important role. Now again the schools in Indian philosophy, तो दर्शन शास्त्र का जो आपके schools है वो हम लोग देखते हैं. So basically it's divided into the orthodox school and the heterodox. Orthodox में आपके 6 schools आते हैं, न्याय, वैशेषिक, साम्ख्या, योगा, मीमांसा and Vedanta, which are closely associated with the teachings of Veda. So आपके 6 ऑर्थोडॉक्स स्कूल्स है. एंड इफ यू सी हेटेरोडॉक्स स्कूल्स में वी हैव चारवाक, बुद्धिस्ट, जैन्स एक्सेट्रा. सो आस्तिक स्कूल्स एंड द नास्तिक स्कूल्स. एंड देन इन द मॉडर्न टाइम आपका इंडियन फिलोसफी में there's an exchange between the Indian and the Western thought. So a lot of comparative studies are being done, Indian philosophy and Western studies का, Western philosophy का. Next आपका Arabic Persian philosophy. So Arabic Persian philosophy is the relation between reason and revelation. So यहाँ पे जो Arabic Persian philosophy है उसमें reason and revelation का relation काफ़ी important role play करता है. It has its peak during the Islamic Golden Age. One of its topics were the relation between reason and revelation as the two compatible ways of arriving at the truth. So again, to arrive at the truth, we have two things, reason and revelation. After the Islamic Golden Age, the influence of philosophical inquiry waned, partly due to Al-Ghazali's critique of philosophy. Next, the 17th century Mullah Sadra developed a metaphysical system based on mysticism. And then उसके बाद Islamic modernism emerged in 19th and 20th century as an attempt to reconcile traditional Islamic doctrine with modernity. So again, next आपका Chinese philosophy originate again in China itself. So Chinese philosophy focus on the practical issues. So again, practical issues in relation to social conduct, government and self-cultivation. Next है आपका in early Chinese philosophy, right? In early Chinese philosophy आपका Confucianism explored moral virtues and how they led to harmony in society. Again, moral virtue and then application of it in the society as such. And Taoism focused on the relation between humans and nature. Later development include the introduction and the transformation of Buddhist teaching. So again in the later period Buddhist teaching काफ़ी developed हुआ था वहाँ पे, and the emergence of the new Confucianism. And in the modern period in the Chinese philosophy was characterized by its encounter with Western philosophy, specifically आपका Marxist philosophy या Marxism आपका है. Moving to the next one, I'm not discussing Chinese, Japanese philosophy and the other philosophy. Major जितने major जो traditions है उसी को मैंने यहाँ पे discuss किया है. So next है आपके branches of philosophy. So again this is very important. What are the branches of philosophy? So philosophy में आपके कौन से branches हैं? So philosophy can be divided into each branches, each focusing on specific aspects of our existence. So आपका first branch है that is metaphysics. So metaphysics explores the nature of reality, while epistemology deals with the nature of knowledge. So second, epistemology, and the third one is ethics, and the fourth one is logic. So we have four major branches: metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, and logic. And other sub branches or subfields are aesthetics, philosophy of language, philosophy of mind, philosophy of religion, philosophy of science, history, political philosophy, etc. So we'll just try to discuss each branch in detail. So first one is metaphysics. So what is metaphysics now? Metaphysics is the study of most general features of reality, such as existence के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, objects and its property, wholes and its path, space and time, events and causation. Some of the questions which are being dealt by the metaphysicians are: what is ultimate reality? Does the world really exist? Do we have free will? What is consciousness? So ये सारे questions आपके metaphysics में deal किया जाता है. Moving to the next one, we have epistemology. So again, epistemology is the branch of philosophy that studies knowledge. It is also known as the theory of knowledge and aims to understand what knowledge is. So epistemology में major आपका study करते हो कि what is knowledge, how does knowledge arise, what are the limits of knowledge, what are the values it has. So it further examines the nature of truth, belief, and justification and rationality. Some of the questions which are being dealt by epistemologists are: can one acquire knowledge? How is truth established? Can we prove causal relation? What is knowledge? What is truth? What are the limits of our reason, or what are the limits of our knowledge? So ये सारी चीज़ें आपके एपिस्टेमोलॉजी में डील किया जाता है. जो आपका थर्ड पार्ट है वो आपका एथिक्स. So ethics is also known as the moral philosophy, studies of what constitute right and conduct. It is also concerned with the moral evaluation of our character traits and institutions. It explores what the standards of morality are and how to live a good life. So morality में again ethics में different चीज़ें पढ़ने को मिलता है. So we study how we should be living our lives. So we have Aristotle, virtue ethics, Kant's deontological ethics, and then we have J.S. Mill's utilitarian theory, some of the major theories जो हम लोग ethics में deal करते हैं. And then the ethics itself is subdivided into we have meta ethics, normative ethics, and all. So ये सब चीज़ I'll make a separate video for that in detail. Next आपका logic है. So logic में आप क्या पढ़ते हो? Logic में what is correct reasoning? We try to understand and distinguish what are valid arguments, what are invalid arguments, what are sound arguments, and what are formal and informal logic. So logic again it's a vast branch in philosophy. For that we can have a separate video on it. So in briefly मैं आप लोगों को बता रही हूँ कि at least you will have some brief idea of the branches of philosophy. Next is benefits of philosophy. So if you're studying anything, उसका कुछ ना कुछ benefits होना चाहिए. And what are the benefits of philosophy? So in briefly I have explained, studying philosophy isn't just for philosopher. So again, philosophy is not just for philosopher, it has some practical benefits as well. So what are the practical benefits? Obviously आपका critical thinking जो है वो काफ़ी improve हो जाएगा. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने का, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, डिसीजन मेकिंग स्किल्स. सो ये जो आपके स्किल्स है क्रिटिकल, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, डिसीजन मेकिंग, ये काफ़ी इम्प्रूव होगा if you study philosophy. Moreover, philosophy encourage self-reflection and personal growth, helping individuals navigate complex moral and ethical dilemmas. Now, next, the modern world philosophy continues to shape our thinking. It has influence in science, ethics, politics, and technology as well. And in the contemporary philosophers, tackles issues such as artificial intelligence, bioethics, ethical implication of new technologies. So, in conclusion, philosophy is the quest for wisdom, the exploration of life's deepest question, and the timeless journey that continues to shape our world. I hope all the topics are clear. So, we discussed what philosophy is, we defined what philosophy is, and then we went and discussed the different traditions in philosophy, and then the branches of philosophy, which is again very important, and the last benefits of philosophy. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey through the history of philosophy and the branches of philosophy. I hope that everybody found it interesting, and if you have enjoyed the video and found it informative, please consider giving a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Obviously, your support helps me create more educational content like this. Thank you once again for watching, and I'm looking forward of seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay curious, keep questioning, and never stop seeking truth. Thank you so much.